It's a welterweight championship bout between defending champion, hot Rod MacSwain. He's from New Zealand, and he will be taking on the Korean contender, Bae Myung from Korea.
Look at that. Same age, same weight, basically the same height and the same style. This is an even matchup. Although they both train MMA, they train MMA differently, so there's a bit of difference between the way that they fight, and we'll see that just in a moment.
Guys, you both know the rules. Protect yourself at all times. Listen to me at all times, okay? Touch your gloves. Yeah. Okay, go back to corner.
This will be a very interesting clash. As Vaughn Blood Anderson said, similar styles, but completely different ways of training, different philosophies. Let's see who comes out on top for the championship belt.
Hot Rod MacSwain, deservingly the welterweight champion. Bae, deservingly the top contender.
Tonight's Fight Clock brought to you by the City of Dreams. Feel the rush of spectacular entertainment.
Both fighters starting out cautiously.
You see Gareth Early in MacSwain's corner, looking a little worse for wear, and also Hungry Young. The middleweight clash earlier this evening. They're both in the corner of their countrymen to help support. As a fighter, Vaughn, do you approach a belt fight any differently from a normal fight?
Yes, I'm sure it adds to the pressure, you know.
Both of these fighters very tentative at the start here.
Bae's got the experience. He's got, well, MacSwain's had a lot of fights himself too.
But he only started his MMA career about 3 years ago. He certainly packed a lot of experience into a short time.
Yeah, that's what we call an active fighter. MacSwain, a tremendous fighter. I underestimated him in his last performance, and he did a fantastic job really destroying Kim Hoon, who I have a lot of respect for.
So, MacSwain here, he started the fight against Kim pretty similarly last time, just trying to find his range in the first few minutes. And then the heat went up very quickly, mainly from the Korean, as I remember. The first round was good stuff from Kim Hoon, but he really is a resilient fighter, this MacSwain. As you said, a strong chin.
So far, not many punches, but the ones that are landing are the jabs from Bae.
Crowd urging both of them on. They want a bit of action here. We're 2 minutes into this fight, and MacSwain with a right.
Oh, and a body shot. Watch for MacSwain's right hook. That's what dropped Kim Hoon twice when he took the belt.
MacSwain with a Scottish name, but you can see some Pacific Island heritage there in his face, half Niuean. His mum there from the Rock of Polynesia.
Oh!
Good combination.
Beautiful accuracy.
Well, Bae gets through the guard of MacSwain.
There's a takedown, stuffed by MacSwain. Good work, MacSwain. I was waiting for that takedown. Ooh. Low knee from Bae. He's got to watch the sweet spot.
Not so sweet if you're the recipient. Don't forget, we've got some more spectacular action coming up in Legend 6. Tentatively on the 29th of October, so pencil it in on your calendar. Well, MacSwain gives him some sweet spots of his own, and Bae not too happy with that.
It's bound to happen when both fighters are close like that, looking over each other's shoulder and throwing blind knees to the thighs.
Or not thighs, as it happens.
Wow.
Let's take a look at this again.
Boom, ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, sorry, he says straight away, realizes that was a bit softer than a thigh, that's for sure, as the action restarts here. And this welterweight championship bout in round one, Rodney MacSwain, Bae Myung go to the clinch in the ropes. Bae gets his hand mixed up there in the straps, but Manages to get out. Yeah, there's a real standoff here, isn't there? Clinch.
Bae looking for the takedown. Another, ooh, a nicely placed knee to the ribs. Now it's MacSwain who's pressing against the ropes now.
And we saw this, didn't we? And it's, as you say, it's like a rugby sort of a push in. It did tend to grind Kim Hoon down in the last Legend clash that we had.
Yes, rugby definitely qualifies as a discipline here in MMA.
He was quite a successful rugby player in his day. MacSwain played with one of the All Blacks, current All Blacks, who was Player of the Year last year, Kieran Reid, and comes from the same province as John Lomu. Big strapping man.
His knees from Bae are beautiful.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of accuracy in this first round. No flurries, but every punch is counting. To go to the right, last 30 seconds. Thomas Phan's had enough. Bringing them out in the middle for the last period of this round.
I might add that Thomas Phan is a newly minted black belt, and we at Legend want to congratulate him on this incredible accomplishment.
Well done to the referee, Phan there.
Both fighters very cautious here.
MacSwain thinking it was the belt, but he's got 10 seconds left. Wake up, Rodney. It is late New Zealand time, but you got to keep your wits about you. End of round one. Well, wasn't the most action that we've seen here in Legend 5, but certainly warming the crowd up. The crowd wants some more action though in round two. Let's take a look at some of the highlights in round one with Vaughan Anderson.
Well, I can tell you, this fight started off with both fighters very cautious the whole round. We've seen some clean knees and some good combinations from both fighters. I think, though, with a belt on the line, as the clock ticks down in the second and third round, the pace of this fight is going to increase. We know that both Bae and MacSwain have the potential to just unload.
Coach Aaron Boyce talking Rob MacSwain through this one.
A great coach.
He's been through the mill himself, Aaron Boyce. Had some ring action, that's for sure. Rob MacSwain stares down his opponent as the start of round two gets underway. This packed house here at the City of Dreams in Macau. What a night we've had. Don't forget MacSwain with his back to us. Bae, the Korean fighter with the goatee.
When we asked these guys what their plans were, neither one of these fighters was looking beyond this fight. They are focused solely on winning this fight tonight, as they should be. Both respecting each other. And I must say, this is the first time I've ever seen Bae fight someone with an equally impressive physique. Jabs going through the guard of MacSwain.
Yesterday's weigh-in, Bae gave us the big bodybuilder pose after the weigh-in. It was certainly impressive.
You can send the pictures to his portfolio.
Both fighters with their underwear.
Oh, congratulations. Terrific job stuffing that takedown. Now he's got him with this rugby stuff in the corner. He's got to be careful though. MacSwain's got his head low like that. It's not too difficult when your head's low like that for Bae to let off a knee straight to the head. And it's, oh, there's an inside knee.
So Bae very disappointed that he missed out in Legend 4. He got a shoulder injury. He was philosophical, but then when Legend 4 came around, he had regrets. He was like, should I have fought? I'm sure that goes through the mind of every fighter, Vaughan, when you're coping with injury and have to pull out from clashes.
Yeah, I know a lot about injuries.
Good work, guys. Come on.
Another good knee. Exchanging knees, both fighters now.
Well, there's Bae with a great takedown.
Now the fight's on the ground. Bae in the side control position. We saw how well he did against Adam Kayoum on the ground, and Adam Kayoum is a very highly decorated BJJ black belt.
Jams the forearm into MacSwain's neck and comes over the top.
Bae taking his time, methodically placing his body exactly where it needs to be, peppering with punches. I think he's looking to control MacSwain's arm with his legs. Position is called a beatdown position. He's going to pin his knee over his bicep. Let's see if I'm right.
And what can MacSwain do to try and counter that?
Well, I asked a few top-level Brazilian coaches, and they said, man, just got to go crazy. And I think that's the right answer.
Yeah. Hey, stop! Meaning you got to writhe your body left and right and try and check the guy off.
Well, when you got your arm pinned down like that, even if the punches aren't hard, you're not able to defend yourself. The referee, by the rules, has to stop the fight.
So Bae enjoying his time here in Macau.
Yes, there it is. This is the beatdown position where he pins his face. MacSwain's out. What MacSwain might think to do is take his right hand, scoop it under Bae's left arm and get an underhook and work to scoot out the back door there. Holding his head down right now isn't really helping much.
Certainly in a dominant position here, the Korean over the New Zealander.
Are we going to see a knee to the head?
It's prime for it, it's prime for it.
There he is, pinning the arm down again. Yes, now he's in trouble. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. Trying his best to extricate himself, but Bae really raining and peppering him with shots. Not much you can do about it. Elbows, forearms.
The only advice I have is go crazy, man.
I see what you mean now.
And he's out. He's not home free, though. A minute left to go in the second round.
Bit of blood and bruising coming from the mouth region too.
Bae's passing up a lot of great opportunities to drop a big knee on MacSwain's head. You see, it's right there this whole time.
MacSwain has lost
twice. It seems like he hurt us.
MacSwain has lost twice in his career to the same guy. Manny Rodriguez took him down again a couple of months ago.
We should add that he's never, ever been finished. Never been knocked out, never been submitted.
He is a tough nut to crack, that is for sure. He really needs to get himself out of this situation. 20 seconds left in the round. Then it's all ahead of him in the third round, you'd imagine. Bae has been dominant after a stalemate in the first round. 10 seconds to go. Can Bae get some more punishment in before the round ends?
The mount position, this is terrible.
Yes, he can. Well, that was a great round for the Korean fighter there. Really hammering home some nails in the coffin of Rob MacSwain, but it's not all over yet. The champion has got one more round to redeem himself, and that was a dominant performance from the Korean in round 2, Vaughn.
Definitely. Bae told us that his plan was to come out striking, but then you see him going for the takedown and having much more success on the ground. Ground and pound and just great control. MacSwain's really at a disadvantage here on the ground. Look at those punches. Elbows, punches. This is really draining the energy out of MacSwain, and he should fight with everything he's got to keep it on his feet in this last round.
Well, Pat Crawley, the fighter who had to pull out tonight from New Zealand, the policeman from Auckland, sent a message saying MacSwain will bring the pain. And looking at that swollen eye from the champion, it looks like he's received a bit of pain so far, unfortunately. But he's got a round to redeem himself here as his eye closes up. He's really got to pull out all stops to retain his belt, you would think.
Bae is such a technical fighter, Mike. You see, he's really patient, waiting for the perfect opportunity when MacSwain comes with a punch and he dives for the takedown right as he's coming forward. It was beautifully executed. Very patient on the ground, taking his time, securing the position, and then going for the attack.
So here we go, 5 minutes to go. Legend 5 is almost over. Good left there from Bae.
You see the swelling around MacSwain's eye.
Yeah. What can MacSwain do here? Where's the opening in your mind, Vaughn?
He's got kill power, he really does. Great takedown defense. But he's got to be able to do it all round long. If he gets on the ground, he's really, really going to have trouble getting out of Bae's control. Now, here we go. He's on the ground, he's on his back. Let's see what MacSwain can do to get back to his feet.
Bae likes Macau. Said if he can win tonight, he might spend a bit on the poker table or roulette.
Never count out MacSwain.
Oh, it's tough from this position, though.
See, Mike, what I would do if I was MacSwain right now in the guard position, it's not the worst. You know, what he can do is open his guard. The close guard is not helping him so much right now. Put his feet on Bae's hips and kick as hard as you can. Throw him back. Fight to stand to your feet.
The Team Mag coach barking instructions to Bae, but Bae looking pretty good. Oh, there's some nasty blows to the other cheek of Rob MacSwain.
The hammer fist, Mike, is really brutal because you can see, looking at the glove, the hammer fist does not cover the side of the fist. So you're just getting a thin piece of leather and bone.
Thanks for graphically illustrating that for us, Vaughn. Oh, yes, you can hear the nasty cracks it's making. Bae really messing up MacSwain here in round 3. Continuing off.
Bae's got to, MacSwain really has to explode, get to his feet. He's down in this fight. He needs to get to his feet where he's comfortable, where he has a chance of winning, and go for broke. Relentless punishment from Bae.
Yeah, Bae is certainly a tough operator. Really underlining his claim here for championship status.
Heavy punches.
And it's really hard to get out of this position. Driving the face of MacSwain into the canvas. Not the most exciting stuff, but certainly Bae is illustrating his dominance here in these last 2 rounds of this bout. MacSwain powerless at the moment.
Brutal elbows to the spleen area. Hammer fists. Hooks, elbows, he's just hitting him with everything now. Fighting as hard as he can to pound out the win. Take that belt back to Team Mad in South Korea.
Yeah, this is a real pulverizing at the moment. MacSwain's got to get out of there. Under 2 minutes to go. As you say, he's got the power, but really at the moment, there's nothing he can do.
There's things he can do, but he's really got to open his legs here. The close guard in MMA is it's not always the best option.
Well, he's still a young guy. He can turn around and...
Here we go. Start standing. 1 minute and 25 seconds left. This is MacSwain's chance to take the lead.
Yeah, has he got some energy left? Well, he's trying for it. 1 minute left. Oh, nasty kick from Bae.
Oh, Bae's got a guillotine lock. Now he's out.
Under 1 minute left of this championship bout. And it looks as though the Korean will be taking the belt home off the brave Kiwi, Rod MacSwain. Has he got anything left in the tank, MacSwain? He needs to turn this around quickly, but Bae has just been too powerful, especially after the opening 5 minutes.
MacSwain is a great fighter, you know, he's a really tough dude, really technical, but Bae is, you know, he's the next level.
He's got every answer, hasn't he? That's for sure. Really roughing up MacSwain here in the last few seconds of this fight. As you say, those hammer fists, oh, they're nasty. They've taken a toll on MacSwain. 10 seconds left. So Bae opens it up, gets a couple more punches in before the end of this fight. Crashes down on MacSwain, making his life a misery in the last few seconds of this fight. And that is it. It's all over.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt in my mind, Bae has done everything he's needed to do. to earn the unanimous decision, take home this belt. Congratulations to both fighters.
Yeah, and MacSwain knows it. You can see it in his face. There's Bae. Looks around, wants the decision nice and quickly so he can get out and party in the City of Dreams as the welterweight champion of Legend. Let's take a look at the replay. Oh, this is nasty viewing for me, Vaughan. As a proud New Zealander, always sad to see one of my countrymen get a nasty pasting, but that's what it was.
Look at those elbows to the body, elbows to the face. We saw hammer fists and hooks. And just keeping him pinned to the ground like that.
Bae with a real brutish performance, that is for sure. Well, he missed out on his chance after winning the semi-final in Legend 3. Missed his chance for the championship in Legend 4. And has certainly come back and redeemed himself. Shown who's boss in Legend 5.
Well done indeed.
So good night for the Koreans, good night for the Chinese fighters. Everybody else has been left in their wake, unfortunately. It looks like we've got a decision from the judges. Let's cross over now ringside with Vivek Mahbubani.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. 經過3回合之後，我哋呢台下評判分數決定勝負。Judge Daniel Pereira scores the contest 30-27. 評判 Daniel Pereira 俾30-27分。Judge Henry Chan scores the contest 29-28. 評判 Henry Chan 俾29-28分。Judge Yong Kao Wei scores the contest 30-27. 評判 Yong Kao Wei 俾30-27分。以一致決定完勝出嘅係 for the winner by unanimous decision and new welterweight champion of Legend, Bae Myung.
So Bae Myung is the new champion of Legend, and rightly so. A dominant performance over the Kiwi champion Rod MacSwain. He had all the dominance you like in those last 2 rounds, and MacSwain valiant in defeat there.